I feel sorry for you. You didn't get a proper education. You're not prepared for the adversities this world's throwing at you. And you think that you're going to walk out here in the elite playing field, the arena of the titans of the financial world, and you're going to walk in here and fucking pickpocket them and they're not going to bitch slap your ass? Please. There is a realistic approach to doing this, but so many come in here with a comic strip approach. Like it's going to be, like it's owed to you. I don't owe you shit. The market doesn't owe you shit. You have to take it by force. You got to go through a tedious, arduous task of just conditioning yourself mentally that this shit is war. It's war. It's not a video game where you get to respawn when you lose your ass. Yes, Virginia, you just lost some fucking money. What are you going to do about it? You got to change. You have to condition yourself. Say, okay, I did something wrong. That doesn't mean I'm done. It just means that I have suffered a loss. Do I rush back in there through emotional stimuli? Well, if that's what you think, who are you really being in that trader instance at that time? The analyst? The trader that listens to the sound logic that comes from the analyst? Or the gambler? You're the gambler. And you'll foolishly accept, if you got it right through luck and just happenstance, you'll think that that's skill. And that's exactly what I did earlier on when I was a 20-year-old. And I want you to understand, as good as it feels that you kicked its ass and you took the money back, eventually your time's coming. I got rolled dozens of times. Later on, after I did that, going back in and get my money back. That's Bailey saying hi. But you got to have somebody that's going to tell you, look, I've been there. I did that silly shit. And sometimes it worked. And I believed it was skill when I did it. I believed it was skill. You could have never convinced me otherwise that it wasn't skill, that I was able to come in here and they did it to me and I did it back to them. Haha, fuck off. I got you. But 2 weeks later, I'm putting a fucking fist through a monitor that I can't afford to easily go out and replace. Mad as fuck. And some of you probably did this too. Do you keep making that same repeating error? That means you're not learning. At some point, you have to abandon poor logic. And you have to replace it with something that's going to be an organized approach to help you transition from neophyte, unlearned, unprofitable, break even. Any one of those circumstances can define one of you or all of you. Because all of us are at that stage at one point in time. I was. There's no shame in admitting that right now. Some of you want to go out there and pretend that you know everything that I know, making YouTube videos and talking shit out your ass. They have no idea what you're talking about. Talking about topics that I just barely scratched the surface of. And you're one of my children, and I'm talking to you this way, yes, because you're doing it wrong. Ego is going to be that friend that leads you to ruin. I'm always going to be able to make money now. Look at me. We are. And unfortunately, that kind of mindset leads to ruin. So don't invite it. Don't make it about a spectacle. Don't make it about over-the-top types of results or Olympic-sized feats or speed at which you get to stage 2. Take your time. Relax. Just relax. One day like today, anybody that uses what I'm teaching could get funded to stage 2 in a day like today with one contract. That's not impossible. One contract that could have been done today. But you're looking at a move like today and you're thinking, if I had 5 contracts here and 5 contracts here and 5 contracts there, yeah, you could have. It could have been like that for you. But do you have that experience yet? Probably not. So don't have your expectations so high and lofty where it's easy for you to fall and not feel like you can do it. In other words, don't set yourself up for more than just a temporary failure, because traders and trading is a lifetime of failure. How you deal with that? I ask that question on my interviews now. How do my students that are funded and consistently making money, how do they deal with losing? Everybody does something different. Some people take it harder than others. Other people say, well, it sucks, but I ain't worried about it. I'm going to do the next trade because that trade didn't lose enough for me to feel like I've been beaten. Now contrast that with, I'm not going to stick to a model. I'm going to over leverage. I'm going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing because it only costs me $99 to reset. Aren't they saying the same thing? No. The trader that has a model is taking very small calculated risks that sometimes does not pan out. And that small loss is insignificant in the grand scheme of their entire career as a trader, as a speculator. And they're not worried about trying to avoid the losing trade because the model and the rules say, do this, and this is what should happen. If it doesn't, you're not abandoning that model because it didn't pan out for you, that transaction, and the loss was insignificant. It will not have such a weight on your psyche. So that way, when you look at price action, you won't be thinking, this is generally, in other times, this is a trade I would be taking. But I'm going to wait for confirmation now because I have to make sure. Why? Why would you feel that? Because you've taken a loss that's larger than you were comfortable with. If you're trading with a quote unquote $150,000 account and you're using a 5-handle stop loss on one contract, you're risking what? $250. That's not $3,000. That's a very, very small, insignificant amount. So it gives you wiggle room. How many 5 handles form over the course of a week? Lots of them. Some form at specific times of the day that are very predictable. You don't trade 30 minutes before midnight, New York local time, because you're done playing Xbox Live with your buddies. And now let's go see if I can do something in the market. You don't do that. You have business hours. You stick to them. Bank of America is not open 24 hours. Okay, they have banking hours. You don't want to create this atmosphere in your trading where you feel like you have to always know what the next move is going to be. Narrative is understanding what the algorithm is going to do in price next. It is not an every second of the day narrative. The narrative is when we go into New York session, during this period, I'm looking for the algorithm to do a specific thing, behave a certain way.